You want to avoid having to have that conversation of like, hey mate, you need to shower more because you stank. Hey sailors, welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we are going to talk about what to do if your roommate is a little bit smelly and maybe has bad personal hygiene, how to handle it, and yeah, just general advice because it's a difficult subject to tackle. But before we get started, some of you may have realised I didn't post a video on Wednesday. If you're wondering why that is, I basically revised my uploading schedule. I did say in my previous video, which was last Sunday, that now I will only be posting videos every Sunday. Basically, I've started this new job. I'm loving it. Everything's wonderful. However, I am working a lot more. So I just can't keep up with 2 videos a week. It was hard enough to keep up with when I was working on Virgin and I had most of the day off and I only worked in the evening. However, now I'm working every day, so I just can't fit it in. But I'm not going to stop posting. I still want to keep posting helpful advice for you guys, so it is just going to be 1 video every Sunday for the foreseeable, and we'll reassess at some point down the line. But anyway, just wanted to let you know that that's what you can expect from now on, 1 video every Sunday. I'm sorry if it's disappointing, but I hope you understand that it's just the season of life I'm in. But if you are hoping to work on board a cruise ship and you have questions that you need answering, then you can go over to my website cruisingascrew.com and have a look at the career guides that I have created, and you will find the answers to whatever questions you have over there. I've got 12 career guides. They're very fairly priced. Some of them are £5, some of them are £10, some of them are 30, but only like 3 of them. And any question that you have about working on cruise ships, I guarantee will be answered in one of those career guides. But anyway, let's get into this video. So not everybody has the same level of hygiene. Some people shower twice a day, some people shower every other day. Some people brush their teeth twice a day, and some people brush their teeth every other day. And your cabin mate is going to get to know you pretty intimately during your time living together. Like, you will know how many times they brush their teeth. You will know how many times they shower. And sometimes your idea of hygienic doesn't match up with your roommate's idea of being hygienic, and it can cause a little bit of friction. And we're all quite sensitive to smells, some more than other, but we are less sensitive to the smell of our native people. So for example, if I am living with a British person, I'm used to smelling British people, so it's not going to offend me as much if she doesn't have a shower as it would if I was living with someone from the other side of the world who didn't have a shower, because I'm not used to smelling their smell. Does this make sense? But if I'm living with someone from Asia and they've just been to the gym and not showered, that's going to be more pungent to me than a British person going to the gym and not showering. You see what I mean? And the same for them. Like, if they're from Asia, I'm from England, I'm going to be pretty smelly too if I go to the gym and don't shower. So you have to be extra sensitive when you are living with someone from the other side of the world, because you're not used to each other's natural musk. So if you do find yourself living with someone from the other side of the world, shower twice a day. Like, even if you don't feel you need to. Like, let's say you've had a really slow day, you haven't been doing much, and normally on a day like today you would shower once. If you're sharing with someone from the other side of the world, they might be heaving inside. I'm not saying that like you're unhygienic or you're smelly, but to them you might be. So just shower twice a day. And they should also be showering twice a day, because you want to avoid having to have that conversation of like, hey mate, you need to shower more because you stank. But this goes further than just washing yourself, you know. You need to be conscious of washing your laundry regularly, washing and stripping your bed once a week, because hey, you're sleeping in your bed, it smells like you. Your dirty washing smells like you. So don't have like dirty washing hanging about the cabin. Don't have, you know, dirty bed sheets on for too long. You want to be as clean as possible for yourself, but also for your roommate. But also you can ask your roommate. In fact, I encourage it, because it opens up a dialogue and you want to have open communication with the person you're living with. So ask them you know, if they can smell anything. Ask them if they can smell your bedding. Ask them if you having your laundry bag out offends them and they can smell it. Because when you ask them, they might feel okay giving you the truthful answer. But there's a lot of people who aren't confident enough to just come forth and say, can you put that away because it stinks? And actually, you asking this question can lead them to asking you the same question. So if you are having a problem with, you know, the fact that your roommate leaves their washing out or doesn't wash their bedding, sometimes you asking them, hey, can you smell my bedding or can you smell my laundry? If they're socially aware, they'll be like, can you smell mine? And then that gives you the opportunity to say, actually, I can smell yours. Like, can you just keep it in the base of your wardrobe, or maybe wash your clothes more regularly, or whatever. But sometimes you just playing the, like, oh, I'm concerned that I'm smelly, even if you're like, you're the smelly one. But sometimes just playing like you're the smelly one can open the conversation up, so you get the opportunity to tell them you're actually the smelly one. But you might be surprised to find that the whole time you've been thinking they're the smelly one, they've also been thinking that you're the smelly one. But hey, if you're able to have that conversation and you both realise that, like, we both think each other stinks, then you can sort it out. You can work out, like, okay, we both need to shower more, we both need to wash our clothes more regularly. Or, you know what? We both need to find a different roommate who's from the same part of the world. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just don't like someone's natural scent, and that isn't their fault, it isn't your fault, it's just like a biological instinct, you know? And it really sucks if the person you don't like the smell of just happens to be the person you live with and you have to smell all the time. But if this is something you're concerned about or something you're dealing with at the moment, if you go over to my website cruisingascrew.com and look at the roommate guidelines career guide, I have covered all of these eventualities in there, like the conversations you need to have with your roommate before anything goes wrong, how to bring things up after things go wrong. So definitely get that. It's well worth a read. But what you have to remember about talking about these things is, how would you feel if someone said this to you? You have to be very sensitive about it. Like, if my roommate sat me down and was like, Lucy, by the end of the day, you absolutely smell to high heaven, and I would really appreciate it if you showered not only at the start of the day, but also at the end of the day. I would be mortified. Mortified. I mean, glad that she's brought it to my attention, but I would be mortified, and you would never have to tell me to shower again. Like, I would take it upon myself to make sure I was showering 3 times a day. I would up the deodorant, I'd get an air freshener for the cabin. And if you're living with a normal person, I do believe that this is how they will react, and they will do anything in their power to refrain from having to have this conversation twice, because being told that you smell isn't exactly something you want to have to sit through more than once. But let's say that a really unlikely thing happens and you have a conversation with your roommate and they don't care. They don't care that they smell, and they continue to not wash their clothes. They continue to not shower. They continue to not use deodorant, or whatever they're doing that, you know, is smelling, or not even smelling, but it just icks you out because it's unhygienic. Whatever it is, let's say you bring it up, they don't care, they continue to do it. What are you gonna do? Well, you can request to move cabins. For sure, you can request to move cabins, and they will do what they can to switch you out. But there's no guarantee that the roommate you end up with is going to be better than the one you have. I would always recommend having the difficult conversation with your roommate before you request a cabin transfer. And there's a few reasons for this. Well, the first reason, most people are good people and they're not showering once a day to piss you off. They're not washing their clothes once a week to piss you off. Like, most people are just living their lives and they don't know they're doing anything to offend you until you bring it to their attention. So in most cases, your roommate is going to be mature about it, and as long as you tell them in a nice way they're going to take it well, and they're going to do what I said. They're going to up their showering, up their deodorant, you know, they're going to try and improve, because most people want to be liked and most people don't want to be known as the smelly one. So have the conversation, because you need to give them the benefit of the doubt. And while having these conversations is really tricky, really hard, they do get easier the more you have them. At the end of the day, it is a growth opportunity for you and your cabin mate. So see it like that. Although it's difficult, you are going to feel better for doing it, because it's the right thing to do. But the main reason that you should have the conversation before requesting a transfer is if you go to your manager and request a transfer, eventually your roommate is going to find out. Because as I've said in many of my videos, on cruise ships, people know you've done something before you know you've done it. You know what I mean? Like, news spreads like wildfire. And when your roommate comes to you and says, why have you requested a transfer? Why are you leaving? And you say it's because you smell, that's going to be a lot more awkward. A lot more awkward for her, for you, and for everyone who is now involved. And your roommate is going to be resentful because you didn't give her the opportunity to fix it, and you're going to feel like a dick because you didn't give her the opportunity to fix it, and somehow you're now the bad guy. So you're going to have this uncomfortable conversation at some point, whether it's before you request a transfer or after you request a transfer. Do it before. And if you still decide that you need to move after you've had the conversation because nothing has changed, that's fine. And then when she comes to you and says, why are you leaving? You can say, well, remember that conversation we had? Nothing's changed, so I need to leave. And you're not the bad guy then, because you gave her the opportunity to fix it and she didn't. So you're just doing what you have to do. So living with someone with bad personal hygiene or just different hygiene standards to you can be very, very difficult, but not impossible to fix if you are willing to have a mature conversation about it. The more comfortable you are having uncomfortable conversations, actually the better relationships you can develop. So it's up to you, but if I can garner the courage to have these difficult conversations with people, so can you. You've got this, okay? And I hope you don't have to have this. I hope you don't have to have this conversation and you end up with a roommate that showers 17 times a day. That would be annoying. Not 17, but just, you know, your average 2 to 3. But if you don't, hopefully from this video you now know how to handle it and what to say. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video, which will be uploaded on Sunday. Bye guys.